So we will be starting with numericals on kinetics of a particle, work energy principle. Understand the example. A 30 Newton block is released from rest. It slides down a rough inclined plane having coefficient of friction mu equal to 0.25. Determine the maximum compression of the spring. Understand the diagram. We have an inclined plane. Angle of inclination is 30 degree. This is the diagram given in the question. Rest of the things I have shown in the diagram for analysis. Okay, so what is shown in the diagram? We have an inclined plane at an angle of 30 degree. Initial position of the block is this one. Block is at this position. Then when this block is released from rest, meaning initial velocity is 0. So at this location, VA velocity, here you can see velocity is written, that is 0. Okay, so this block, it will move in downward direction. And what will happen, here you can see a spring is attached and a platform is there. Okay, so this block, it will slide down and it will come in contact with this partition. Okay, you can say this plane is there and this will move in downward direction. Okay, in this direction, and spring will get compressed. So here you will see that spring is compressed. Okay, now what is asked? Determine maximum compression of spring. Now try to think on this question. This block, when it travels in downward direction, it is under the action of how many forces? We have seen 4 forces. Okay, we have studied 4 forces. Okay, so what are the forces which we have studied? First is work done by a force. Then second was work done by spring force. Then third one was work of weight of a particle. And fourth one, it was work done of friction force. Now if you consider this numerical, here block is traveling in downward direction. So friction force will be there opposite to the direction of motion. So we have to consider friction force. Then here weight is given. What is that? 30 Newton. So X component of weight will be there towards left. It is in the direction of motion. Okay, so this weight component of force will also be there. This is the second force, of which work done we have to consider. And the third force, you can see here there is resistance to the motion of the block because of spring force. Okay, FS, spring force. So 3 forces we have to consider here. Okay, now in this numerical, we have not been given value of spring constant K. So I am assuming here K is equal to 1 Newton per mm or it is equal to 1000 Newton per meter. Okay, so if you solve the university paper, on the top side of the paper you will see assume suitable data is written. So in such cases where K is not given in the question, okay, first you have to see whether you can calculate that K. If it is asked in the question to calculate K, or if K value is given, you have to take that K value or calculate that K value. But here since nothing is mentioned about K, I have assumed value of K. Your assumption could be anything. You can assume 500 Newton per meter or any values. So what is the work energy principle? I'll write it down. By work energy principle, what I can write down? Summation of work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. Okay, now we will understand the diagram. Okay, FBD part we will understand. Here we have a block on inclined plane. Reaction to this block is N1. Since block motion is downward, friction force is opposite to the direction of motion and its value will be mu into normal reaction. So 0.25 into N1. Now weight is acting in downward direction. If you draw parallel to incline, and perpendicular to incline. Okay, angle between incline and horizontal is 30 degree. Perpendicular to horizontal is this weight, and perpendicular to incline is this N1. So angle here is 30, here also angle will be 30. So if you consider this as y-axis, okay, y-axis, what will be the component of weight? It will be 30 cos 30. Okay, if you consider this y component of weight, okay, so same thing I have shown over here, small analysis is shown. Summation of Fy is equal to 0. So N1, it is in upward direction, and weight component, it will be minus 30 cos 30. This is equal to 0. So we can calculate value of N1. What is N1? 30 cos 30. So what will be friction force? F1, it will be 0.25 into N1, and N1 is 30 cos 30. Okay. Now, the distance between this plate and the block, it is 1600 mm. So I am converting that in meter. Okay, so 1.6 meter. Now once this plate, it is displaced, okay, this is the new position of the plate, spring is compressed. Okay, so I'll consider that this is the value of displacement of that plate, okay, or this surface. So that is x, suppose, displacement value. Now this displacement value x, that itself is maximum compression of spring, because here you can see this is the free length of the spring. Okay, now because of the motion of the block, that spring gets compressed. So this is the total length of the spring. So what will be the deformed length? It will be free length minus total length. So that will give us x. Okay, now initially at point A, here it is written that block is at rest. It is released from rest. So VA is 0. Okay, and at point B, what will happen? The block will again come to rest. Okay, meaning because of the resistance of all the work done, finally the block will come to rest. Okay, so at that position, point B, there also velocity is 0. So if you consider right side, change in kinetic energy, that is 0. Okay, next, suppose at this location, okay, when the spring is uncompressed, okay, that is free length, x1 will be what? 0, meaning we don't have any deformed length of spring at position 1. This is position 1. Now after compression, this is position, suppose 2. Okay, so this value, it will be x2. Now after compression, what is the compressed distance? It is x. So x2 is equal to x. And this is about the diagram part. Now x is what? Maximum deformation of spring where the block comes to rest. Okay, now I'll write down the equation on left hand side. So work done. So first we will consider friction force. Friction force, it is opposite to the direction of displacement. Displacement is what? Block is at this location, total displacement is, this is 1.6 meter plus x. So 1.6 plus x is displacement. So friction force, work done by friction force, it will be minus 0.25 N1, and N1 is 30 cos 30. And what is the displacement? 1.6 plus x. So this work done, it is because of friction. Next, second work done, I'll consider spring force. Okay, so spring force is half k x1 square minus x2 square. So plus half, k is 1000 into x1 square. x1 value is 0 and x2 value is x. So x1 is 0 minus x2 is x. Okay, so Instead of that, I'll write down the formula here. Okay, x1 half k into x1 square minus x2 square. This is because of spring work done. Next, I will write down weight component. Now weight component, it is acting towards left if you resolve this, and it is in the direction of motion. Okay, so it will be plus, work done will be plus. So plus, what is the x component of weight? It will be plus 30 sine 30. And what is the displacement of the block? 1.6 plus x. So this is because of x component of weight. This is equal to change in kinetic energy. What is change in kinetic energy? Half m. Final position is D and initial position is A. Okay, so VB square minus VA square. Okay, only 4 forces you have to remember. Important part is understanding diagram. Okay, what you have to calculate, what is the diagram. Okay, that is important, and we have only 4 forces, so easily we can solve this. Now simplify this. So I'll write down on left hand side, if you can multiply this inside this one, okay, with 1.6, you will get a value. Okay, so that value is minus 10.3923. Then multiply this value with x, you will get the second value, minus 6.4951x. Then we have spring work done because of spring force. Okay, x1 is 0 and x2 is x. Okay, so x2 square meaning we have to consider here minus x square. Okay, so minus will come outside, so here I'll write down minus half of 1000 is 500 into x square. So we have reached till this one. Then we have to multiply this value with 1.6. Okay, so I'll write down that value. It is 24, and then multiply this value with x. So you will get that value as 15x equal to. Now if you consider the diagram, initially block is at rest, so VA is 0, and finally again block is at rest, so VB is also 0. So right hand side it will be 0. Here only unknown in this equation is what? X. So we can calculate x. X is equal to 0.1736 meter. This is the final answer. So what we have calculated here? We have calculated maximum compression of spring. Okay, this is the free length and this is the compression x that we have calculated. When we will get maximum compression? When block velocity is equal to 0. If it is still moving, block, if it is still moving, meaning there is still chance for compression to occur. Okay, that is why here for maximum compression of the spring, what is the condition? When block velocity is 0. So you can understand here, within one step we are getting the answer. Okay, same is there for all the numericals. You have to use only one equation. So this is first numerical. Next numerical we will see. Again, very important and conceptual question. Okay, here we can use that logic of conservative force. Okay, we'll see how to use that. So I'll read the question. A collar of mass 1 kg. So here you can see this is collar, is attached to a spring. So this is a spring and slides without friction. So here you can see friction is non-conservative force, and that force is we have to not consider for this numerical. Okay, so we don't have non-conservative force for this numerical. Very important point. Along a circular rod. Okay, so this is a circular rod and this collar, it moves like this on circular rod. which lies in horizontal plane. Again, very important point. Horizontal plane meaning what? Potential energy is what? Zero. Okay, so since horizontal plane is given, change in potential energy is what? Zero. So it doesn't matter if caller travels from C to D, okay, or it travels from D to this point. Why? Okay, because we are not considering work done because of the weight part. Okay, very important point. This point is what? The circular rod, it lies in a horizontal plane. So these two things are very important. We don't have non-conservative forces and the setup is in horizontal plane. Okay, so only force here will be spring force. Okay, and we have to consider kinetic energy. Now since we have spring force only, here we can take advantage of the conservative forces characteristic. Okay, when conservative force does a work, we can take the characteristic help of that. We'll read the question. The spring is undeformed when the collar is at B. So when collar is at B, this is the diagram given in the question. So here, when the collar position is like this, spring will be like this. So in that case, the spring is undeformed, meaning it is unstretched. The spring is undeformed when the collar is at B, knowing that collar passing through point D with speed of 1.8 meter per second. So at point D, what is the speed? 1.8 meter per second. Determine the speed of collar when it passes through point C and B. Now here comes the very important concept of this numerical. We have only spring force. Okay, we don't have potential energy. Potential energy is also conservative. Okay, whatever work is done by the weight, that is also conservative force. But here in this numerical, we don't have friction. So because of that, we can consider motion from D to C in this way, or we can consider D to C motion in this way. Okay, it doesn't matter because we have only spring force. Okay, friction is there, then here the force will be different, and here since path is different, friction force will be different. But since we don't have any non-conservative forces for this numerical, collar, even if it moves from D to C, or collar, it moves from D to C in this way. Okay, it doesn't matter for this numerical. Okay, now this is very important question I will be asking in Viva also. Okay, you should be able to explain this part correctly. Okay, why? Even if I travel from D to C in this direction or D to C in this direction, work done is same. Why? Because answer is here we don't have work done by non-conservative forces. This much we have read. Next, take stiffness of spring K. So K value is given 250 Newton per meter. Radius of path, circular path radius, it is 300 mm, and distance OA. Okay, this distance is given as 125 mm. Again, very important part here you should note. Units. Velocity or speed, its unit is meter per second. Stiffness of the spring is Newton per meter. So here we have meter. But if you see the radius of the part, it is in mm, and distance OA, it is in mm. So we have to use one distance unit only. Okay, I will be using everywhere meter only while solving the numerical. First thing is that. Now second thing, what do you think? When spring is at position like this, okay, when collar is at position B, this is undeformed length. Okay, so when collar is at C or B, there will be tension in the spring or compression in the spring, meaning spring will be expanded or spring will be compressed. Okay, obviously from diagram here you can easily understand that undeformed length, it is less. This is undeformed length and this distance is more and this distance is also more. So the spring is under tension. Okay, so spring will be elongated. So how to calculate deformation in that case? It will be total length of the spring minus free length of the spring. Okay, or undeformed length. So I'll solve this question now. So first we have to work on undeformed length deformed length of the spring. Okay, so I'll write down first part, undeformed length. Length of spring is at B. So how to find this undeformed length of spring at B? It will be radius. Okay, this is the radius and minus this distance OA. So this will be distance BA. Okay, so I'll calculate this. So it will be 300 minus 125. Okay, so this value I'll get it as 175 mm. Convert this in meter, 0.175 meter. Now next we will calculate what is the deformation of spring at C. So deformation of spring at C. What will be this value? It will be equal to, okay, we have to find this length AC. Okay, so what is this length will be AC, but what is the deformation here? The spring is in tension. Okay, so what we have to do here, total length minus free length. Okay, free length here we have calculated and total length will be this length AC. Okay, so AC is hypotenuse. If you see, consider the triangle here ACO. Okay, so how to calculate total length? It will be under root of what is radius OC. This distance is 300. So 300 square plus distance AO. It is 125 mm. So 125 square minus free length. What is free length? We have already calculated. It is 175 mm. So we can calculate deformation of spring at C. Okay, that value is 150 mm. So this value will be equal to 0.15 meter. Next we will calculate deformation of spring at D. Here what will be the deformation? Deformation will be, again, when you consider this position D, spring is elongated. So what will be the deformation equation? I'll write it down. Deformation of spring at D. Okay, this value will be equal to, now what is the total length of the spring? Equation will be, since this is again expansion, okay, spring is expanded, stretch, the equation will be total length minus free length. What is the total length of the spring? It is AD. Okay, what is that? It will be length AO plus length OD. AO is 125. So 125 plus OD, it is radius 300, minus free length, it is 175, minus 175. So from here I can calculate deformation of spring at D. That value is 250 mm. Okay, which is equal to 0.25 meter. Okay, now we have to calculate two things. Okay, we are ready with the analysis part. Now we have to apply work energy principle. Okay, so what we have to find out here? Determine the speed of collar when it passes through point C and point B. Okay, so we'll consider initially the collar is at D. Okay, now how to calculate this? I'll write it down, because here why we are calculating with respect to point D, because point D speed is given in the question. Okay, so velocity of point D we know. So first I'll write down the heading. Using work energy principle for motion D to B. Okay, so we will consider motion. Collar initially is at D and then we are considering D to B. Now here you can consider any direction of motion. Why? Because here we have only spring force. Okay, we don't have friction force. So we don't have non-conservative force. So we can consider any path. Okay, initial point and final point should remain same. Initial point is D, final point is B. You can follow any path. Even if you follow this path, you will get same answer. Okay, so change in, what is the equation now? Summation of work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. Now work done, okay, we have only work done because of spring force. Okay, so it will be half K x1 square minus x2 square. Okay, what is x1? It is point D and x2 is point B. Okay, so x1 meaning we have to write xd square minus xb square. This is equal to half m vb square minus vd square, change in kinetic energy. Okay, so we'll substitute the value half K. Okay, xd value we have calculated. What is xd value? It is 0.25 meter. Okay, and K value, it is given in the question 250 Newton per meter. So half into K is 250 into, in bracket, xd is 0.25 square minus xb value. xb value, if you consider point B, okay, there we have undeformed length of spring, meaning this is free length. So here we don't have any deformation. Okay, so xb value is 0, equal to half mass of the collar. We'll see the question. What is the mass given? 1 kg mass. So collar mass is 1 kg. Half into m into Vb value we have to calculate. Okay, so Vb square minus Vd square. Vd's value is given in the question. It is 1.8 meter per second. So here you should remember that when we are substituting value of xd, it should be with respect to the units. Okay, dimensional homogeneity is very important. If K is Newton per meter, then x should be in meter only. Okay, velocity should be in meter per second only. So here only unknown is Vb. So we can calculate Vb, which is equal to 4.343 meter per second. So this is first answer. Now here, very important note I am going to write. Okay, work done by spring force. Okay, in bracket I'll write down conservative force. It depends on initial and final position only, and not on path. Okay, here friction force is not given. Okay, in bracket I'll write down friction force, which is non-conservative force, is absent. So this is the reason why we can consider motion from D to B in this way or motion from D to B in this way. It will not matter for this numerical. So once we have completed this, we have completed the first part of the question. What is that? Speed of the collar when it passes point B, that we have found out. Now point C is remaining. Okay, so again we have to apply work energy principle. Okay, so using work energy principle for motion D to C. Okay, now we'll see the diagram again. D to C, you can travel in this direction or you can travel in this direction. Why? Because we have only conservative force, work done by conservative force. So it doesn't matter, we don't have friction force. Okay, so I'll write down the equation. What is that equation? Summation of work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. Okay, so work done is because of the spring force, so half K, initial point, it is D, so xd square minus xc square, equal to change in kinetic energy half m final position Vc square minus initial position Vd square. Okay, so half K value is 250 Newton per meter and HD value, okay, we have to see that value now. HD is 0.25 and XC value, it is 0.15. Substitute these values. So XD is 0.25 square minus 0.15 square is equal to half into mass. Okay, mass of collar is 1 kg into Vc square. This we have to calculate Vc value minus Vd value is given in the question 1.8 square. Okay, so from here we can calculate Vc, which is equal to 3.638 meter per second. So we have calculated both the velocities. Okay, so we'll see the question once again. What is given in the question? Okay, a circular rod is given, a collar is there, that collar is attached to a spring at point A. Okay, now velocity of the collar at point D is given in the question, and we have to find velocity at point B of collar and velocity of collar at point C. Okay, here we have only conservative force, friction force is absent. And one more important point is the circular rod, it lies in a horizontal plane. So here we are not considering work of a weight force. Next question we will see. The platform P has a negligible mass and is tied down so that 0.4 meter long cords could keep a 1 meter long spring compressed to 0.6 meter. Okay, understand this. Here we have a platform. Okay, and here on the bottom side of the platform we have a spring. Okay, now here you can see strings are attached. 4 strings are there. In the question you will be able to see only 2 strings. Okay, but if you see the actual setup, it will have like this. Okay, 4 strings will be there. Okay, in 3D if you see. So we have a platform and we have a spring. Okay, now the length of the cord, it is 0.4 meter and length of the spring, okay, free length of the spring, it is 1 meter. Now because of this cord, this spring, see, this is the free length of the spring, and since length of the cord is only 0.4 meter, initially if you see this diagram, the spring is under compression. Okay, so spring is like this, so spring is under compression. So what is the deformation of spring right now? Since it is compressed, we have to consider free length minus total length. This is the free length, which is 1 meter, and total length, it is 0.4 meter. So spring is compressed to 0.6 meter when nothing is on the platform. Okay, so here nothing is kept on the platform. Now next, if 4 kg block is placed in platform and released from rest after the platform is pushed down by 0.1 meter. Okay, so now you can see the figure number B. Here what is shown? Here on this platform a block is placed. What is the mass of the block? 4 kg. Okay, now it is being pushed with the help of any external force. Here hand is shown in downward direction. So spring will be compressed further. Okay, already in diagram A it is compressed. Okay, this is the free length of the spring and it is compressed. Further it is compressed to this position. Now here what will be the compression of the spring? Initially the free length is 1 meter. So what will be the deformed length here? X is equal to free length minus total length. Free length is 1 meter minus total length is 0.3. If you see figure number B, here the deformation is 0.7 meter. Okay, so this is about figure A and figure B. Now what is done here? Understand. 4 kg block is placed in the platform and released from rest after the platform is pushed down 0.1 meter. So here platform is pushed down by 0.1 meter, meaning total height is 0.4 minus 0.1, so this is 0.3 meter. And then hand is released. So what will happen? This block, it will be raised into the air. Okay, so what we have to find? Find maximum height h. We have to find h. The block rises in the air measured from the ground. So we have to find this height from the ground. Use work energy principle. Initially in figure number 1, spring is in compression. This is not free length. Compression कितना है यहाँ पे? 0.6. Then when it is pushed, here compression is 0.7. Now next point is again very important. What we have to find out? When the block is pushed in downward direction, okay, with respect to this diagram by 0.1 meter, okay, that is the initial point, point number 1. This is not the initial point for our numerical, because it depends on what is asked in the question. So this position is point number 1. Now what is done? When hand is removed, block will rise in the air, and whatever the height is there, okay, that height we are denoting as point number 2. So initial point is this point, final point is this point. This diagram is not the initial. Okay, this diagram will be initial diagram in which case? Before placing the block. Okay, but once the block is placed on the platform and it is pushed, okay, after applying the weight, initial position is this one and final position of the block is this one. Okay, so I'll write down all the things which we have discussed now. So free length of spring is equal to 1 meter. Now after applying the weight, okay, means we have to consider this diagram. So after applying the weight, what is the initial deformation xi? Okay, here we are calculating initial deformation. Okay, this diagram we are not considering initial deformation. Now what will happen? Understand the mechanism over here. What exactly happens? Initially platform is at this location, point number 1. Okay, initial deformation in the spring, it will be what? 1 meter minus 0.3. Okay, it will be 0.7. Okay, that will be initial xi. Then once the hand is removed, meaning once the force is removed, because of the spring cannot expand, okay, or extend up to 1 meter length. It will extend only up to 0.4 and then it will stop because cords are holding this platform at this location. So final position of platform is this one. Okay, so what will be the final deformation of spring? It will be 1 meter, which is free length, minus 0.4 meter, 0.6 meter. That will be xf. Okay, so I'll write down first point. After applying weight, initial deformation of spring, that is we have to find xi. What is that? It will be at initial location of platform. It is I, this location, this height. Then once the force is removed, what is the final position of the platform? This is the final position, f. Okay, from the bottom side. So what is the initial deformation in the spring? It will be free length 1 meter minus total length 0.3 meter. Okay, so I'll write down free length minus total length. So free length is 1 meter minus total length is 0.3 meter. So xi value, it is equal to 0.7 meter. Next I will find final deformation of spring, that is xf. Now understand that. Final deformation, okay, how to find this? This is the final point of the platform. Okay, so free length of the spring is this one. This is free length, and the total length is this one, which is 0.4 meter. So 1 minus 0.4. So I'll write down the equation here. Free length minus total length. Now this equation, it depends on what, whether the spring is compressed or whether the spring is expanded. Here in both the cases, spring is compressed only. Okay, that is why we are using free length minus total length. So this will be 1 minus 0.4. Okay, so xf is equal to 0.6 meter. Now here we have to assume the value of K as 1000 Newton per meter, stiffness of the spring. Okay, so we have to apply now work energy principle. By work energy principle, what I can write down? What are the different forces here? Okay, because of which we are getting work. One is spring force. Okay, second one is potential energy. Block, it travels from bottom to top. So here we have mg in downward direction and displacement is in upward direction. So this value of work done, it will be negative. Okay, it will be minus mg. And what is the height by which block is being raised from initial position 1 to final position 2? It is 0.1 plus x. Okay, because platform, it will reach this height first of 0.4. So that is why 0.1 plus x. That is the height which we have to use while considering potential energy. Okay, so I'll write down spring force. Now initial position, this will be xi, I have written here, and this will be xf, and these values we have already calculated. Note that 0.3 meter, this is not xi. Okay, and 0.4 meter, this is not xf. Okay, we have calculated these values. So what is work energy principle? Summation of work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. Work done, we have spring force and the block is being raised. Okay, so we'll have potential energy. Okay, so half K, initial point xi square minus final point xf square. These values we have already calculated. Then since block is moving in upward direction, weight is acting in downward direction, mg. Okay, force and displacement are in opposite direction, so force value, work done will be negative. So I'll write down minus mg, and what is the total height? Okay, block is raised to a height of 0.1 plus x meter, in bracket x plus 0.1 equal to change in kinetic energy. Now final position of block, it is position 2, initial position is position 1. So what will be change in kinetic energy? Half m v2 square minus v1 square equal to half m mass of the block into v2 square minus v1 square. Okay, so I'll substitute the value half. K value, we are assuming this as 1000 Newton per meter. Xi value we have calculated 0.7 square minus final xf 0.6 square minus mass of the block is 4 kg into 9.81 in bracket x we have to calculate plus 0.1. Now what about right hand side? Okay, we'll go to the question again. What is asked in the question? We have to find maximum height. Now when will be this height maximum? When velocity at point 2 is equal to 0. Suppose if you consider this point, block is at this point. So block is traveling in upward direction still. Okay, it will have some velocity at this location. So this is not the maximum height. What will be the maximum height? When the block reaches the point where velocity is 0. So that will be the maximum height h. Okay, so we'll calculate that now. So when you consider velocity of point 1, that is 0. Why? Because here the force is applied by the hand and the block is at rest. Once the force is removed, the block will travel in upward direction and height will be maximum where V2 is 0. So V1 is also 0 and V2 is also 0. So right hand side will become 0. So change in kinetic energy, it will be equal to 0. So from here only unknown is x. I can calculate x. So x is equal to 1.5564 meter. Now what we have calculated here? We have calculated this distance. Okay. From bottom, if you consider 0.4 meter height, okay, from this point to this point 2, we have calculated this x. What is that value? X is equal to 1.5564 meter. So what is the total height? It will be this distance x plus 0.1 plus 0.3, or you can say x plus 0.4. So I'll calculate that value now. Let h is equal to maximum height the block rises in the air above ground. This value, it will be equal to 0.3 plus 0.1 plus value which we calculated over here of x, 1.5564. So finally we can calculate answer of h. H is equal to 1.956 meter. This is the final answer. So we have completed with numerical 3.